Hello learners, good day. So today I welcome you to our discussion in Technology and Livelihood Education 6. Once again, I am teacher Denya Odimamay, your grade 6 Technology and Livelihood Education subject teacher. The learning objectives for today's discussion. First, identify proper way of planting, propagating trees and fruit-bearing trees. Second, demonstrate proper way of planting, propagating trees and fruit-bearing trees. And third, value the importance of plant propagation. Learners, do you know what are these all about? What you see on screen are pictures of plants propagated by scientific processes. This morning, you will learn the different ways of propagating trees and fruit-bearing trees. Last time, I already discussed what plant propagation is, right? Now, we will focus on the different ways how to propagate plants, trees, and fruit-bearing trees. But before that, let's be informed. Modern technology and research have gone a long way, especially in the field of agriculture. There are different agricultural products today that did not exist long ago. We now have seedless grapes, oranges, and watermelons. There are also various plants with leaves and flowers of different colors that come from just one plant. Fruit-bearing trees can bear fruits within a short span of time. Some can bear fruits all year round. These advancements are possible because of an agricultural technology called plant propagation. There are two ways of plant propagation. First is sexual propagation. It is a method of reproducing and multiplying plants using seeds. For example, guava, mango, and rambutan. The second type is asexual propagation. This is a method of plant propagation that is done without the help of the reproductive organs of the plants. There are proper ways of propagating fruit-bearing trees through asexual propagation. Number one is cutting. So the leaves are removed and the stems are cut 10 inches long, and one half of the cutting is inserted into the soil. For example, the kamuting kahoy, and for the fruit-bearing trees, the siniguelas. So it could be done through cutting of stems, leaves, or roots. For our example, this could be done by cutting the stems, and then as per definition, one half of the cutting is inserted into the soil. This is an example of cutting that is asexual propagation. The next way is marcoting or air layering. It induces the stem to develop roots while it is still growing on the mother plant. As you can see on the picture, you have to choose the part that you need to be scraped. And then after that, once you are done scraping, you can use soil, cocoa husk or moss, and covered with plastic sheets. But what we have there on the picture is, instead of plastic, foil was used. Then after that, you tie it properly. That is marcoting or air layering. By the way, after you've done tying, so it will take 1 month for the roots to develop. This time you will witness a video about how a lemon was marcoted. Eyes on screen, learners.
Cut the bark about an inch, penetrating a little bit on the wood surface. After cutting the bark, we have to slice it slowly and remove around the portion of the stem to be rooted. Next is we have to scrape the newly bared ring to remove the cambial tissue. This prevents a bridge of callus tissue from forming new skin. In marketing, I am using roots of a tree fern, commonly known here as kapkaban, as one of my potting medium, for it is very effective in water absorption and water retention. So instead of using plastic in wrapping the moss around the bared ring, I used recycled plastic bottle for it is more stable in holding the potting media. I simply cut it vertically and put some holes there for me to tie it after placing it on the marketed branch. And then tie both edge on the branch for stability. That's it! It looks great and stable. Now it's time to place the moss first at the bottom of the plastic bottle, and then add some garden soil, followed once again with moss, then soil, and lastly, cover the topmost layer with moss because it serves as barrier for the soil not to come out from the bottle and absorb the water fast. Now, water it thoroughly enough for the water to reach at the bottom of the plastic bottle. Finally, put the date of marketing and wait for 1 month.
The next method is grafting. Grafting is a plant propagation method that involves inserting a scion into a stalk so that they will form a union and grow together. You have on screen there an illustration how grafting is done. Once the scion is inserted, then it is sealed. So make sure to seal all the surfaces or the exposed area. Seal it properly. This time, you will about to witness the simple grafting method using a mango tree. There you see the scion and the stalk. And then sealing is done. The next method is budding. Budding is the process of transferring the lateral bud taken from the scion to the stalk of the same family. You have there an illustration how budding method is done. First thing to do is to cut the bud. Then after that, you slide it on the flaps of the bark of the rootstock. Then wrap it tightly and make sure not to cover the bud with the tape. Then after 2 weeks, you need to remove the plastic. For instance, use plastic for the wrapping. So after 2 weeks, you need to remove that so that the bud will grow properly. This time, learners, you are about to witness a video about a simple budding method of a jackfruit tree.
You were a freshman and I was a sophomore in school. The way you chased me around made me feel so cool. I lost my first love at 18. The team will always be a part of my heart. Football made me feel alive, but it left me with some scars. And a pretty girl was the last thing on my mind. Oh, but look at me, I fell deep for your blue eyes. Here we are, I'm dancing in your dress. Here we are, mom's mascara on a mess. Here we are, friends and family by our side. Here we are, and I will love you all my life. Here we are. Ooh, here we are. I was shy, but my eyes were set on you. You were always my guide. Somewhere inside, I always knew. So I built up the courage, and I finally asked you to that dance. Oh, and now I'm so glad I took that chance. You're my protector and everything I need. You and me and a family of three. Here we are, I'm dancing in your dress. Here we are, mom's mascara on us. Here we are, friends and family by our side. Here we are, and I will love you all my life. Here we are.
It's time for recap. What are the two ways of plant propagation? I have discussed that there are two ways of propagating trees and fruit-bearing trees. So these are through sexual propagation, which involves the reproductive organs of plant using the seeds. And then we have the asexual propagation, which is done through different ways or processes. First one is through cutting, then through marcoting or air layering, then through grafting, and through budding. At this point, learners, let's check what you have learned. For our evaluation, instruction, identify what is being described in each item. Number 1, marcoting or blank is a propagation method for woody plants that allows you to root branches while still attached to the parent plant. Number 2, grafting is the process of joining two plants together, a blank and a blank. Number 3, blank is a method of plant propagation that is done without the help of the reproductive organs of the plants. And for number 4, blank is a method where a single bud is forced to grow on the stalk. That's it for now, learners. I hope that you enjoyed my presentation. This is again Teacher Denia saying, be safe, Be healthy and may God bless us all. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.